Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Allianceblock, aka ALBT. It's been a very long time since we actually talked about it. It's about a month ago now. So a lot has changed. Price action has changed drastically. We will talk about that and address it. But overall, for all those ALBT holders out there, I want to ask all of you, how have you been liking the price action? Comment down below how you guys have been feeling. Also hit that like button if you guys have been enjoying the price action lately. Also, for those out there that are new to the channel, maybe you guys are not subscribed, whatever the case may be, over 50% of the watchers of this channel are not subscribed. So by the end of this video, if you guys do learn something new, maybe you found the video interesting, whatever the case may be, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. It is so important to not miss updates because guess what? When this video went live, and by the way, this video only has 3,000 views. I don't really care about the views. I care about the people that missed out on this incredible opportunity. I posted this a month ago, 3,000 views. Look at where the price of ALBT was. It was under 4.5 cents. Mind you, we had this buy zone set up for a very, very long time on ALBT. Now we are sitting at about roughly 12 cents. It's up 50%. Going back on the 7-day span, you guys can see that we topped out a little bit at around like roughly 13 cents, almost 14 cents. We will talk about that. But here is the last 3 months. Pretty crazy to say the least. I mean, the lowest point that we hit was like 4 cents. Let me actually go back to the 1 year. So we can actually see that the lowest price was almost 3.5 cents. Remember what I said about Allianceblock many times in the past? Very low supply for a DeFi giant like Allianceblock. This is the DeFi holy grail in my opinion. Holders is up quite a bit. I don't know what the gain has been. I haven't really focused on the holders tab in a while, but we are starting to see a lot more buying happening. We could still see the overall holding percentages here. Most of them held by major exchanges, as you guys do see. But yeah, it's very exciting. I really do believe that going into the next major cycle, Allianceblock is going to surprise a lot of people. It's still pretty early on right now. I would not buy this candle, to be completely honest with you. So let it kind of cool down a little bit. Might be a big mistake to really kind of buy right now, but it's totally up to you guys. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys when to buy or when to sell. Market cap is sitting at 28 million, fully diluted about 120 million. So still very early on giant. I do believe that this thing could hit like $5 to $10 plus at some point in time. Again, going off the total supply, $5 to $10 is only $5 to $10 billion in market cap. So, you really got a question on how early are you on Allianceblock, and in my opinion, we are very, very early. Now, you might be questioning, what has caused the recent price action? Well, first off, I think that most of it is because of the overall market bouncing back a little bit. We are almost at that $1 trillion market cap area yet again for crypto. On the 7-day span, you can see most of these assets doing incredibly well. On the 24-hour span as well, we still have some strong gains across the board. We've been focused on a lot of the AI tokens, DeFi tokens. We've been focused on them for a while, accumulating a lot of them, and ALBT definitely was one of them. Now, when we go over here, this is most likely the reason for a lot of speculative price action moves on Allianceblock. I think a lot of people are jumping into it, believing that Binance could be listing Allianceblock very soon here. What do you see from Crypto Sleeping Giants? Since October 2022, Binance has accumulated over 15 million ALBT. Just today, they bought another 2.3 million ALBT. It's not hard to see why. Binance listing around the corner, question mark. And yeah, it's questionable, but we did see Allianceblock secures funding under the 100 million accelerator fund set up for the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. And then over here, we also do see Allianceblock platform through Overledger. This is like the Quant partnership, really kind of looking at it from this perspective on a mind map, if you will. But again, this would have a direct tie to most of the major enterprise blockchains out there, public and even private permissioned blockchains as well. And then over here, we also do see the Allianceblock protocol. Again, I've talked about this many times in the past. It truly is an incredible DeFi holy grail. And then, of course, the Alliance Bridge. Any transaction via the Alliance Bridge will have a fee of 1 ALBT, creating even more token use cases. There's also a lot more use case behind ALBT, but also more promising signs of ALBT listing on Binance are appearing. Here you guys have Allianceblock liquidity mining with the Binance Smart Chain. This is their partnership in the first step to bridge CeFi with DeFi. And then not only that, but we also did see on Binance, Allianceblock mentioned under the crypto prices list. Is this going to happen? It's questionable. Definitely could happen at some point in time. Am I expecting it right now? Not necessarily. In terms of price action, going back to that previous video, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I talked about it. So yeah, I actually did. So I drew it here, and this was what I was talking about in terms of Allianceblock's value. So on this chart, I actually have the 4618 listed because this is going off of my potential bottoming area. I think that we most likely bottomed on ALBT. We are starting to break out. Big area of resistance would be at most likely 22.5 cents. This would be regaining the 3-day 200 EMA. On some higher time frames like the 5-day, we're actually kind of peaking above almost all EMAs. On the 1 week, we are very close to major resistance at about 14.5 cents. Pay attention to volume, by the way, on lower time frames. Volume is still increasing, but I would argue that RSI is severely overcooked. But recently, we were expecting Bitcoin to have a pullback after RSI was peaking, and we didn't get to see that. So definitely just be cautious on ALBT if you are looking to buy. I would wait for it to cool down. Like I said, in my opinion, on the 3-day span, we could definitely come back down and retest some levels. I would look at maybe like 8 cents to a possible scenario where we back test 6.5 cents, just to be cautious. But again, when we look at the long-term growth here, I do have on the chart the 4618. If you guys don't know, the 4618 fib level is a very common level in this game where we do see a lot of altcoins outreach to. By the way, you guys can actually see just how overcooked the RSI is right now on the 3-day, comparing it to like where we were at on the all-time highs back here in September of 2021. We are severely overcooked on the RSI, which is why I say we most likely will see a pullback eventually. But nonetheless, when we look at the 4618, it's a very common fib level that a lot of altcoins kind of outreach to. This would be about $6, a $6 billion market cap for ALBT if we outreach to it. And if we are going to see a lot more listing opportunities for ALBT, I'm not sure on, let me actually go over here to ALBT real quick, just because I'm not too sure on what major exchanges ALBT is listed on. I know that I was buying it originally when I bought it on Uniswap, but yeah, so KuCoin has it. I know that you could buy it on KuCoin. I think I bought it on KuCoin or either Bitrue. I'm pretty sure it might have been Bitrue now that I think about it, because I was buying it at the same time that I was buying Tel, and I think that that was right around the same range where I was buying Bitrue, or on Bitrue, sorry. So yeah. Not on major exchanges besides KuCoin. I mean, Bitrue's not like a major exchange, so tons and tons of listing opportunity that could push the volume up massively and cause a price increase to some of these higher base levels. Now, a lot of people question me and ask me, Nick, do you think it could go higher? 100%. I mean, listen, we could outreach $10 if that is the case, but I'm being a little bit more conservative. I would target more so specifically the all-time high, and then after that, we really have to watch price discovery. I always like to get my initial investment out immediately, as soon as I possibly can. We are up from our buying range. I think my last major buy, I should say my first major buy was about like 38. What, 38? Wow, almost 4 cents. It was right around this range. And from the top of this candle, it was about like 260%. Right now, we're at like 215%. So at that price level, I would feel confident getting my initial investment out. But it's totally up to you guys on what you want to do. But we do have a clear, breakout. I mean, first off, supply range, right? Supply range on ALBT was back here. at 8.5 cents. This was major resistance that we were fighting, but we were also fighting the 50 3-day EMA, aka that orange line there that we are now back testing as support, and we broke out above it. Now, the next level of supply, which is pretty crazy to think about, the next level of supply would be right around roughly 20.5 cents, which is why I say like this 200 3-day EMA at 22.5 cents could be targeted. And off of those lows, which this is why I always say, make sure that you are buying the lows, this could be a 435% run all the way up to almost 500%. Just back to the all-time high, we're looking at a 3,354% run up. So again, when we look at Albt, first off, like I said, we are overcooked on the RSI, so I would wait patiently to see if we are going to see a pullback. Haven't really looked at the Bitcoin price chart, but I know that, yeah, so this is what I was expecting. So as you guys do see on the Bitcoin price chart, one, RSI massively overcooked at major resistance at the 200 3-day EMA. Let me check out the 1-day. So the 1-day has a nice breakout. Let me check out the 5-day. So yeah, 5-day still overcooked on the RSI. So higher time frames we are overcooked on. On the 1 week RSI, it has peaked at the same range that we were at on the all-time high for the Bitcoin price chart. But I do like to see the major breakout happening here. I don't know if let's check out the 1 month. So yeah, the 1 month has hit a significant 20 monthly EMA. A lot of resistance here. So just, if you are looking to buy, wait to see the pullback. A lot of people have been asking me, like, where can I buy Albt? Guys, I've mentioned it many, many times in the past. Bitrue is the big one right now. Qcoin as well. You guys could purchase on either one of them. But yeah, I really do think that we could come back down, retest. Watch the 8.5 cent retest. If we break this support, the next area that I would possibly be looking at is around like 6.5 cents to possibly even retesting the demand range at 5 cents. So again, there's levels to this that you need to watch. I would argue that we could see anywhere between the 5 cent zone to about like 6.5 cents. Again, depending on what Bitcoin does. Remember, it's all eyes on Bitcoin today, as we are going to see the weekly candle close. So far, we've been focused on RSI, we've been focused on volume, and we've been focused on resistance. So definitely watch Bitcoin closely. Definitely see what happens with Bitcoin, because this is going to be the big telltale sign around what altcoins do next. But Allianceblock, to me, it was a clear buy at, anywhere between like 3 to 5 cents. It was a clear buy. A lot of people were asking me, can it go down even lower? Like, we can't be too greedy on our buy zones. Listen, when an altcoin looks like this in terms of a price chart, you can't be too greedy on, getting in on the exact low. So with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, hope that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.